Who really cares how this game went? They had 2 big trades today. Like, what else, guys? Kind of convenient, though. Let's go. Here was Monday Night Football. Not really, though, because I'll talk about basically the trades and all that crap, too. Either way, though, Monday Night Football recap. Obviously, it was a really good game.
I take the field. I expect greatness because I've done it before.
We're going to do this thing. Believe it. Night for Greg Zuerlein and Tyler Bass. And Zuerlein knocks it through. It's up the run and the pass. The way they have has been huge. Here he is again. Allen for the touchdown. And the Bills are on. Getting his hands up and getting the deflection. 3rd down and goal. Rodgers slides through, throws, caught, but out of bounds. So tonight's wind is opposite of the way it normally is. Flags fly. Allen able to get out of the end zone and fire. He's got it. Good protection. End zone. Touchdown, Mac Hollins. Pass. No chance. Allen takes off. Breaking tackles. End zone. Touchdown. Here we go. Zone incomplete. Lazard had a shot. And now the other officials saying touchdown. He missed. Little pitch to Hall, left side. Big play. Breece Hall. Because of the unnecessary roughness call on Epenesa. A touchdown off the board. Zuerlein hits the upright. 3rd and 11. Rodgers down the middle. Completes. What a strong catch by Lazard. Good snap, good hold. Kick is off the upright again. Knocks a 2-minute warning. Rodgers buys time, airs it out. Mike Williams fell down, and it is picked. That was the first turnover of the game, by the way, the interception by Taron Johnson. Here's Allen. He's got it. 1st down, Buffalo.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the Week 6 Monday Night Football recap. Obviously, a banger of a Monday Night Football matchup that we saw last night. And obviously, the aftermath of it was even crazier. We'll get to that in a second. Obviously, I mentioned it in the intro and right before the highlights. Either way, though, obviously, with the actual game, the Bills, of course, did take control of the AFC East. I would be shocked if they actually lose this division until that's what that was honestly my takeaway with this one, until obviously the Jets, they did something. So hey, that could definitely change the tide. But again, considering the Dolphins don't have a quarterback and the Patriots are the Patriots, you kind of just got to think that this team's just by default going to just run away with this thing. Obviously, with basically a 2-game lead in the division, they should be okay. But again, they still have a pretty hard game next week. No, they're playing the Titans. They should absolutely be 5-2 going into that one. Again, trying to stack up some wins. But of course, final score is 23-20. Really, the Jets should have at least won this game. But I mean, maybe not, because again, the Bills also missed a field goal. Whatever. There were a lot of missed kicks, a lot of bad wind, and yeah, it was kind of a wild game by that in that matter. And obviously, after a 20-17 first half score, a combined 6 points were scored in the second half, despite both offenses being able to move the ball pretty consistently. For Josh Allen, pretty big bounce-back game in terms of accuracy. Went 19 of 25 for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. And if I'm not mistaken, he has the longest streak without an interception in terms of, again, like in a season since I think I don't know. I can't really tell you the last time I think there were, again, a quarterback and no interceptions after 6 weeks of playing. I can't tell you the last time. Again, it's crazy that it's him, considering how many times he's turned over the football in his career. But again, hey, it's a weird year. Josh Allen can just do that, I guess. Running game, Ray Davis looks like a guy who could definitely be a very solid backup. Yes, his holes were very good, but he ran right through them. And he also wasn't, again, he was a little more hesitant, which, again, is weird. But, again, that's kind of how he runs. And, honestly, that again, I'm good with that. I'm just used to guys just blazing through holes. Ty Johnson also 4 carries, 34 yards. He was pretty good. Josh Allen also scored a touchdown there. He had 3 total in this one, all in the first half as well. For receiving wise, Ray Davis led them. I mean, that kind of tells you where they're at right now. Curtis Samuel was pretty good overall, though. I'll say Keon Coleman separated, but he just didn't really make any big plays. Dalton Kincaid had a 6 catcher for 51 yards. Obviously, Dalton Knox and Matt Collins with the 2 touchdowns, but really, again, it wasn't much of, again, a fantastic effort by these receivers. But overall, again, they got it done. Defensively, though, Damar Hamlin and Taylor Rapp ran around like with chickens with their heads cut off. Specifically, Teron Johnson, who's definitely the MVP of this game. Obviously, had an insane interception as well as 8 tackles. Both safeties did a lot of work for this defense. Terrell Bernard just didn't really look that great. And up front, they really weren't getting consistent pressure. I know that, again, A.J. Epinez had 2 sacks and Daquan Jones had 1, but again, it wasn't much of anything like consistency-wise, and I think that could, again, hurt them in weeks to come. But again, Christian Benford was good overall. Again, I just think they got the ball moved on way too much, especially up front. They got to do a better job with that. Other than that, though, I mean, they made the big plays when they needed to. Tyler Bass had a rough game, obviously missed the extra point, and yeah, he missed a 47-yard field goal. But again, with that wind, it was like 15 miles per hour. Like I said, it was really windy going into this one. Again, talked about that in the preview. Again, it obviously went the Bills' way. For the Jets, though, Aaron Rodgers, again, still hasn't thrown for 300 yards. He has the longest streak in the NFL with no 300-yard games, of course, that being at 28. Again, they just fall to 2-4, lose their third in a row. They will be going against the, who the heck are they playing next week? They're playing the Steelers on Monday Night Football, so that game will be increasingly ugly. But obviously, they did something, again, fix that after, again, really messing it up with the Robert Saleh thing. But whatever, this offense moved the football better than they have all season. And again, I think that was enough to do what they did. But yeah, that's really all I got for them again, so get on the winning streak. I mean, again, there's a lot of problems with this team. Aaron Rodgers still throwing the ball way too much, but again, they ran the ball a hell of a lot better than they did the first couple weeks. I mean, the last couple weeks. Again, Rodgers threw 2 touchdowns in the first half. The interception was, again, at the end of the game. He underthrew that pass. Yeah, again, Mike Williams could have definitely done a better job on that. Or it wasn't even Mike Williams. Yeah, I think it was Mike Williams. You didn't even have a catch in this one as well. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers kind of struggled on that one. He just needed to throw a check down. He would have gone over 300 yards. Obviously, the 52-yard Hail Mary to Allen Lazard, who had his best game in a little bit. Of course, 6 catches for 114 yards, as well as that Hail Mary touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 8 for 107 and a touchdown. Speaking of that, Aaron Rodgers has the most Hail Marys since 2008. Not surprising at 4. So again, tells you how rare those are. Brees Hall broke some long runs though. Again, by far the best game of his season. Overall, for this offense, they looked, again, pretty solid overall. Yes, they, again, couldn't score in the red zone. Yes, they missed some field goals. But, again, this is a lot better than what we saw the past couple weeks, and that's really all I needed to see. I'm not too concerned about this Jets offense. Defensively, though, too many penalties, and they don't look like the same defense that we saw last week. And that is a problem, because if the Jets are going to go anywhere, it's because this defense is able to be very disciplined and be the group that, again, we saw for basically the past 2 years and change going into this year. So, yes, I'm okay with them making some mistakes, again, obviously, but Jamin Sherwood got to be better with tackling. He had 13 in total, but he missed a lot of them. And again, it wasn't just because in coverage. He just had, again, a lot of balls thrown his way, as well as, again, runs ran his way. Ashton Davis, though, was really bad. I mean, he had 9 tackles, but he just wasn't very good in coverage. Quincy Williams was pretty good, though. Quincy Williams did a really good job getting pressure. Will McDonald, again, continues to be their #1 guy by a mile. Ty McKinley got a couple pressures, also had a nice tackle. But outside of that, guys, when it comes down to this defense, it wasn't up to par overall. Again, when that happens, it's not going to go very far. Again, they're still getting a lot of penalties. Sauce was a lot better, though, in terms of that, so I guess that's something. But yeah, they got to be a little bit better. Again, you might be thinking, how the hell are you talking on the defense when the offense obviously didn't play it again what we thought they were going to be able to? Well, they played a lot better, and there's improvement there. The defense did not play like that. I need to see more there. Greg Zuerlein also missed 2 field goals. I think that, yeah, he didn't miss an extra point, but again, those were 2 very crucial ones. I'll give him a break, though, because it was the win, so again, whatever. I mean, you didn't see that in the highlights, but it's the highlights, so that's the reason why. But before we get into the receivers, obviously, again, the Jets outgained the what is it called, Bills, and again had 0.7 more yards per play. So overall, it's a dead even game. Both teams weren't exactly the most efficient, but again, some pretty solid runs, some pretty big plays really helped them again get that going. Of course, the biggest news, though, obviously, again, like the elephant in the room, are the 2 receivers these 2 teams traded for. I'll also mention, I guess we'll go with power rankings tomorrow. Vikings bringing Cam Akers to be their backup running back, which is really ironic because the Rams are playing the Vikings a week from Thursday on Thursday Night Football. So again, that'll be really really funny there. But of course, the Bills traded for Amari Cooper. Again, lack thereof as a receiver. They got a guy on him who should be very fine. Of course, the Browns are probably going to have a fire sale over the next couple weeks. That's a guy they did, again, basically a rental because they just didn't want to have to pay him. And also, again, he's going to be going into a contract year. So again, Amari Cooper to the Browns, very good trade by the Browns. Again, yes, they're going to really suck, basically punting on this year, but they already suck, so, like, whatever. But more importantly, they got at least something for a guy who they would have gotten absolutely nothing for if they didn't trade him at all. So, the Bills obviously get their #1 receiver. They're a really legit team now. I mean, before you're like, yeah, offensively, they're decent, but again, they lost Stephon Diggs in the offseason. He wasn't even a #1 receiver caliber for parts of last year. Getting a guy like Amari Cooper in there, him and Josh Allen really are going to have to develop kind of chemistry on this fight. It's good they have a bye week coming up, though, so see how that really, again, fits into it. But again, Amari Cooper's a great guy for the Bills. Again, he was the guy available. He's a true number 1 receiver. They can get him the football when they need to, and he'll just open up this offense a lot. For the Jets, obviously bring Devontae Adams back. Again, him, the Aaron Rodgers reunion. Those two guys, again, are just like the bread and butter. It's like so good. But yeah, I'll say this. I wouldn't expect Devontae Adams to be the guy we saw from him in 2021, where he was arguably the best receiver in football. Obviously, he wasn't because Cooper Kupp was that good that year, but still, he was basically the best receiver in football that year. I wouldn't expect that, but again, a lot of those back shoulder throws, a lot of the chemistry they have, that's going to come back, and I really think this offense will just get those two. Again, even if Breece Hall sucks, even if Allen Lazard sucks, again, you saw Allen Lazard's been the best receiver in the Jets so far this year in terms of production. It's because him and Aaron Rodgers have that connection. Take Devontae Adams, who's much just on a different level in terms of talent. They have honestly 3 options that Rodgers can consistently trust. And yes, this offense again has been pretty disappointing so far this year. They will take a step up with Devontae Adams as long as he's healthy. This offense will be a lot better, and I expect this Jets team to win some games. Yes, I get people are like, oh, the Jets suck so far this year. It's going to change quickly. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but that's really all I got for you guys. I have some longer Monday Night Football recaps, but again, when you have 2 big receivers traded there, it's going to make a difference. Obviously, though, the Jets should not have fired Robert Saleh. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. I'm going to tell you guys that the rest of the year, but obviously the Bills get the win in the actual football game. But again, big trades by both teams. We'll talk about it even more tomorrow in the what is called week 7. Yeah, week 7 NFL Power Rankings. That's all I got for you guys. Wrapping up week 6. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. And yeah, here's Devontae Adams doing some stuff against the boys.
Something into the end zone. That's another rookie, Xavier Woods. This one, Adams, touchdown!